Hi, I'm Rebecca Lyons. Welcome to Jesus Speaks in the Book of Mormon and in Dreams. So today we are going to read the first chapter of the book, The Gospel of the Beloved Companion, the Complete Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And I'll show you the cover. So as you, the viewer, I'm going to leave it up to you to determine if you believe that this is really from Mary Magdalene or if someone else wrote it. I believe it's really from Mary Magdalene. And that this was hidden. This was either it was put in the Bible and taken out by the evil ones, or it was never put in the Bible because Mary knew what they would do to it and she hid it, and this lady had it in her generations, like all the way back to the time of Christ, and it was passed down from generation to generation. I just feel the Spirit the whole time I read it, and I can feel the Spirit with me. I can feel Jesus and Mary with me. And it's so beautiful because this is like a feminine viewpoint of Jesus. We get to see Jesus through eyes and a voice we've never heard of Jesus before or from Jesus before. We get to see Jesus in a whole new light, in a whole new way. And this book is like the pure, unadulterated version of the Bible. Nothing has been added to it. Nothing has been taken away from it. No truth has been taken out of it, and no other things have been added to it. And Mary's testimony is not diluted, and so we get to see Jesus here in a whole new light, in a whole new way, and we get to know Jesus more in depth from the person who loved him the most. Now, I believe that Jesus Christ was married to Mary Magdalene and that they had children. But you are welcome to believe. I'm not telling you to believe that. You're welcome to believe whatever you believe, whether he was or wasn't. But regardless, she was still his most beloved and a favorite disciple. And we get to see this whole story of herself and Jesus. And we can know what a courageous and brave warrior for God and a warrior for Christ that Mary was. And she never denied him. She never betrayed him. She was with him at the cross when he died. She was there when he was in the tomb right before he was resurrected. And she wasn't afraid at all. Other disciples were afraid to be there at the tomb. They were worried that they would, be put to death as well, but she didn't care. She was brave and courageous, and she was right there, and she was the very first person that Christ appeared to. And she thought he was a gardener. She wasn't looking up at his face. She was looking down. And then she thought there was a gardener saying, "Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou?" So like, "Woman, why are you weeping? Woman, who do you seek? Who are you looking for?" She says, "Sir, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away." And he said, "Mary." And she looks up, and it's Jesus. And she's like, "Rabboni." And she goes to hug him and kiss him. And he's like, "Touch me not, for I have not yet ascended to my Father, and to your Father, and to my God, and your God. But go and tell my brethren that I ascend to my Father, and to your Father, and to my God, and your God." So she had the first witness of Christ. So do you think that because she was the first person that saw Christ, do you think that Jesus had a reason to appear to her first? Do you think maybe he loved her the most and she was the most important, and that's why she was the first person he appeared to? Something to think about and ponder about, because that's what I think. But anyway, read this as I'm reading this. Just listen to it with an open mind. Pray about it, and whatever you feel is the truth, that's fine. But just listen to it with an open mind, whether or not this was really written by Mary and whether it was written by someone else. You still feel the Spirit in it, and it's still true. So the truth and the Spirit is so strong as I've read this, and I'm just absolutely, I read it, the whole thing already. So let's go ahead and start on this. It's actually chapter 2 where we're going to start reading. I guess we could read the back. So let's just read the back and see what it says. What a gift author and translator Jahin de Quillan brings to us in this extraordinary book. With this lucid translation and commentary, we encounter Yeshua, or Jesus, the fully human man, whose words and presence touched, troubled, and transformed so many minds and hearts in his day. Whatever it was the people experienced in Yeshua's presence comes alive through the clear voice of an eyewitness who truly grasped Yeshua or Jesus' teachings and embodied them. Miriam the Magdala, or Mary, the beloved companion, brings us to the heart of Yeshua, Jesus' message, and if we have the ears to hear, then all things are made new. Miriam's telling of the gospel story will change forever the way Christians read and understand the good news of the gospel. It's from Kathy Spar. And then the next one is from Rayi de Henri, Doctor of the Medieval French Literature. The First Lady Kathy Spears, a coordinator, Center for Prayer and Pilgrimage, Washington National Center Cathedral. And then from Rayi de Henri, PhD, Doctor of Medieval French Literature says, in translating and publishing the Gospel of the Beloved Companion, Jahin de Quillan has made a remarkable contribution that reaches far beyond just the field of medieval Occitan culture. Although she claims she is not a scholar, de Quillan, with technical accuracy, lays out a flawlessly logical and philosophically sound argument for accepting that this doctrine is indeed the true gospel of Mary Magdalene, and possibly even the original manuscript upon which other gospels, both canonical and Gnostic, are based. In studying the gospel of the beloved companion, one detects a singular and startlingly clear voice speaking the truth of what the writer has experienced in the company of her teacher, and through that voice we see emerge a picture of both the man called Yeshua, Jesus, and the philosophy that he taught that is starkly different from the religion we call Christianity today. So, and then there's a little dedication we'll read. It says, for the burned, the slaughtered, the tortured, and the persecuted, for all who have suffered and all who have died at the hands of the darkness and its inquisition, but never has the darkness overcome them. Après cette sentence, la vie revidera une fois de plus. That's in French. I don't speak French. That's the title page, The Gospel of the Beloved Companion, the Complete Gospel of Mary Magdalene. Translation and commentary by Willine de Quilla. And then there's this little inscription here. I was sent forth from the power, and I have come to those who reflect upon me, and am found among those who seek after me. Look upon me, you who reflect upon me, and you who would hear me, you who are waiting for me, take me into yourselves. Do not banish me from your sight, and do not make hatred enter your voice against me, nor let anger enter your hearing. Do not be unknowing of me in any place or any time. Be on your guard. Do not be ignorant of me, for I am the first and the last. I am the honored one and the scorned one. I am the whore and the holy one. I am the wife and the virgin. Thunder, perfect mind. Nag Hammadi Codex. And then we'll read the part 1, Beloved, the Gospel of the Beloved Companion. So anyway, if you read or watch Mandy Green, she talks all about Mary Magdalene, and she recommends reading this book and some of the other texts that have all of this. Mandy Green is an expert. She has researched Mary Magdalene. So I highly recommend you go on YouTube and watch Mandy Green's books about Mary. And I'm going to do a whole nother video because this one will be too long if I read that. So we're going to see you in the next. So this is intro number 3. Go watch Mandy Green's videos. She has been on the Stick of Joseph. Mandy Green just recently was on the Stick of Joseph talking about Mary. She's been on the Talking Scriptures. She's been on a few different podcasts. So go watch those, and then you're gonna be fascinated by her. She is definitely a type of our Heavenly Mother. And Heavenly Mother, Heavenly Father told me that I need to get to know Heavenly Mother, and he said I get messages like from Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, Jesus, like people that have been deceased, that I just wake up with messages in my mind or hear them throughout the day. And Heavenly Mother, I was talking to her, and I was just writing down my questions, then I'd ask her to answer them, and she told me she wanted me to study all the women in the scriptures because they all represented her, and she wanted me to study Mary Magdalene, so that's why I am reading this. So I will see you in this exciting next first chapter, and see you in the next video.